בשעה שבני גנץ נמצא בתוך הבית הלבן, מגבש את תמונת הניצחון שלו למורת רוחו של נתניהו, בכיר הממשל ג'ון קירבי מנסה, אולי בחצי חיוך, לטעון שהממשל לא מעורב במשחק הפוליטי הישראלי.
The Israeli prime minister back at home is saying there's only one prime minister. For many Israelis, this is seen as meddling in Israeli politics.
I think they're right. There is only one prime minister, and that's Prime Minister Netanyahu, and the president respects that. We all respect that. That's the will of the Israeli people. That's their elected representative. We understand that.
קירבי מדגיש, זה גנץ שביקש את הפגישות.
So when a member of the war cabinet wants to talk about the war, a war which we are trying to help Israel win, then obviously, certainly we want to take advantage of that opportunity.
Would other cabinet ministers also be welcomed?
Again, I can't speak to hypotheticals.
זו לא רק המתיחות האישית בין הנשיא ביידן לראש הממשלה נתניהו שמגיע לשיא, בממשל מרגישים שהמלחמה יוצאת משליטה ומשנים את הטון כלפי ישראל.
No excuses, because the truth is, aid flowing to Gaza is nowhere nearly enough. Now, it's nowhere nearly enough.
Our hearts break for the victims of that horrific tragedy and for all the innocent people in Gaza who are suffering from what is clearly a humanitarian catastrophe. People in Gaza are starving.
And we've just seen too many civilian casualties. We're going to continue to urge our Israeli friends to be careful and deliberate and more cautious in terms of how they prosecute these operations.
ובעיקר מה שחשוב לממשל כרגע הוא לפתור את המשבר ההומניטרי.
More needs to be done. More crossings need to be open. More trucks need to get in.
קירבי מדגיש שארצות הברית מעבירה מסרים ברורים לישראל בדבר הצורך להכניס סיוע ולהימנע מפגיעה באזרחים, אבל כרגע ביידן לא שוקל צעדים מעשיים.
President Biden consider limiting military aid to Israel in order to send this message to Jerusalem?
We believe the approach that we're taking is the right approach. I'm not going to get ahead of where we are right now. There's no consideration of setting conditions on military assistance. But look, we just need to see. It's important for everybody to see. The Israeli people don't wish ill on innocent civilians either. It's important that we all see that more humanitarian assistance get in, more suffering be alleviated, less civilian casualties.
בנושא אחד ישנה הסכמה, ארצות הברית וישראל תומכות בעסקת החטופים המתגבשת. הבעיה, אומר קירבי, היא חמאס.
The Israelis have supported now a framework that we believe is in the best interest, obviously, of the Israeli people, but also of the people of Gaza and of the region. And now it's on Hamas to sign up to that deal. Let's get it going.
גם בשיחות הפנימיות וגם בהצהרות, וושינגטון ממשיכה להזהיר את ישראל מפני פעולה קרקעית ברפיח. הדרישות של הממשל, אומר לנו קירבי, לא השתנו.
We just can't support that kind of an operation, which doesn't also include a credible, effective, achievable plan to deal with the more than 1 million refugees that are now in Rafah because of the fighting to the north in Khan Yunis and then Gaza City. So it's important that they be factored in. There's not a lot of space for people to move to, but it's really important that the IDF does what they can to support their safety and their security.
Has Israel presented such a plan yet?
I would let the Israelis speak to that. I'm not aware of any plan that's been presented that we have seen.
אפילו בשעת הראיון אפשר לשמוע ברקע את קולות המפגינים הפרו-פלסטיניים מחוץ לבית הלבן. בכל פינה ובכל אירוע נתקל ביידן במחאות על מדיניותו הפרו-ישראלית.
Is the president worried at all about losing political support here at home because of his positions on Gaza?
What he's worried about are the innocent civilians in Gaza who continue to need food, water, medicine, fuel. What he's worried about is the ability for Israel's sovereignty and safety and security to be established and secured. What he's worried about is those hostages and making sure that they can get home to their families where they belong. That's what the president's worried about.
נתן גוטמן, וושינגטון.